everyone, I'm Teacher Michelle and welcome to another episode of Unang Math. For today's episode, our lesson is about linear equations. This is not a new concept anymore. Last episode, we solved equations using the properties of equality, and those equations are linear equations. This episode, we will study what linear equations are and how to use transposition in solving linear equations. Okay, let's start with transposition. We have an equation here, x plus 5 equals 8. Last episode, we solved like this kind of equation using the properties of equality. We make this equation in the form x is equal to number. First thing we need to do is remove or eliminate 5 on the left side of the equation. And to do that, we have to subtract 5. So 5 minus 5, 0, or this will be cancelled. Properties of equality means whatever you do on the left side, do it also on the right side of the equation. So here is also minus 5. So we have x is equal to 8 minus 5, 3. So the solution to this equation is 3. And that is using the properties of equality. How about using transposition? Transposition is another way of solving equation. Transposition is similar to properties of equality. In transposition, we just have to move a term from one side of the equation to the other side by changing its sign. Okay, let's get the same equation. X plus 5 equals 8. Let's solve this equation using transposition. Remember, we have to make this equation in the form x is equal to number. So we have to move a term from one side of the equation to the other by changing its sign. That means we have to move positive 5 on the right side of the equation. Since this is positive, sign will change. It becomes negative. So here is minus 5. So x is equal to 8 minus 5, 3. We just got the same answer. Transposition is easier way of solving equation. You just have to remember that when you transpose or move a term from one side of the equation to the other, the sign changes. So from positive, it becomes negative. From negative, it becomes positive. Let's give more examples. Transpose the underlined part and write the appropriate number or expression. Okay, first equation. X minus 5 is equal to 3. Transpose negative 5 on the right side of the equation. Since this is negative, so when we transpose, it becomes positive. So here is plus 5. How about the second equation? 3x is equal to negative x plus 8. Transpose negative x on the left side of the equation. Since this is negative, when we transpose, it becomes positive. So here is plus x. How about 2x plus 4 equals 5x minus 2? Transpose positive 4 on the right side of the equation. It becomes negative 4. So here is minus 4. Okay, transpose positive 5x on the left side of the equation. Positive becomes negative, so minus 5x. And then the last example, 2x or negative 2x minus 2 is equal to negative 3, 3x plus 6. Negative 2, we have to transpose on the right side of the equation, so it becomes positive 2, so plus 2. How about negative 3x? Transpose on the left side, so it becomes positive 3x. So plus 3x. So that's how to transpose terms from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation. Okay, this time, let's move on to linear equations. Okay, what does it mean when we say linear equation? We all know that the highest power of the variable in a linear equation is 1. Okay, what do we mean when we say linear equation in X? Linear equation in X means that the variable of that linear equation is X. So after transposing all terms on the right-hand side to the left-hand side and simplifying, the equation becomes linear expression equals 0. So linear equation means linear expression equals 0. Linear equation is in the form ax plus b equals 0. Okay, a and b here are constants. These are numbers where a must not be equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, 0 times any number, the answer is 0. So we just have b is equal to 0. So this is not a linear equation anymore. So a, or the coefficient of variable x, must not be equal to 0. Okay, example, 2x minus 5 equals 0. A is 2, x, this is the variable, b is negative 5, and this is equal to 0. So this is a linear equation. Okay, let's give more examples. Look for the linear equations in these 5 equations. Okay, remember, linear equation is in the form ax plus b equals 0. Okay, let's check number 1. 1 half x minus 5 equals 3. We will make this equation in the form ax plus b equals 0. And we can do that using transposition. So move or transpose positive 3 on the left side of the equation. So it becomes negative 3. So here is minus 3. So we have 1 half x. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. So minus 8 equals 0. So this is a linear equation. Okay, what about number 2? 2x is equal to negative x minus 5. We will make this equation in this form ax plus b equals 0. And we will do that, or we can do that using transposition. So move negative x on the left side of the equation, negative 5 move on the left side of the equation. So it will be 2x. This is negative x, so it will become plus x. And this is negative 5, so it becomes plus 5. So we have 2x plus x, so 3x plus 5 equals 0. This is also a linear equation. Okay, how about number 3? First look, you might think that this is not a linear equation because we have here a variable that has an exponent 2. But wait until we make this equation in the form ax plus b equals 0. Okay, so we have to transpose or move x squared on the left side of the equation and negative 5 on the left side of the equation. So this is positive x squared. So x squared minus x squared. So this will be cancelled. So we just have 2x. This is negative 5. So when we move on the left side, it becomes positive 5. So plus 5 equals 0. So number 3 is also a linear equation. Let's move on to number 4. Negative 2x is equal to negative 2 times this expression x plus 3 inside the parentheses. First thing we need to do is remove the parentheses using distributive property. So negative 2 times x and negative 2 times 3. So it will be negative 2x minus 6. Okay, now transpose negative 2x on the left side of the equation. Negative 6 transposed on the left side of the equation. So negative 2x, this is negative 2x. When we transpose, it becomes positive 2x. Negative 2x plus 2x, this will be cancelled. And we just left with negative 6. So when we move, it's positive 6. So 6 is equal to 0. This is not a linear equation. Okay, what about number 5? 5x plus 1. Okay, we cannot find an equal sign in this number 5. So that means this is not a linear equation. So we just have 1, 2, and then 3. These first 3 equations are linear equations. Okay, this time, let's answer this simple activity here. What is the condition for the constant a for 2x minus 6 is equal to ax minus 5 to be a linear equation in x? Okay, we have 5 options here. Okay, let's get this equation. 2x minus 6 is equal to ax minus 5. If a is equal to 2, okay, let's try to substitute. So 2x minus 6 is equal to 2x minus 5. Transpose positive 2x on the left side of the equation, negative 5 on the left side of the equation. So 2x minus 2x minus 6, this is negative 5, so plus 5 equals 0. 2x minus 2x is 0. So we just have negative 6 plus 5, negative 1. Negative 1 is equal to 0. This is not a linear equation. So that means a must not be equal to 2. Because if it's equal to 2, then this is not a linear equation anymore. So the answer is B. Okay, let's have this next activity. Okay, which of the following is not a linear equation? Okay, linear equation is in the form ax plus b equals 0. So using transposition, let's find out which among these 5 options are not or is not a linear equation. First, x plus 2 equals 3x minus 5. Transpose positive 3x on the left side of the equation. Negative 5 on the left side of the equation. So it will be x minus 3x plus 2 plus 5. So we have x minus 3x is negative 2x. 2 plus 5 is 7. So plus 7 is equal to 0. So this is a linear equation. Okay, how about letter B? 4x minus 2 equals 8. Okay, transpose 8 on the left side of the equation. This is positive, so it becomes negative. So negative 8. So 4x minus 2 minus 8, this is equal to 4x minus 10 is equal to 0. So this is also a linear equation. Okay, what about letter C? 3x minus 1 is equal to 1 minus 3x. Okay, transpose negative 3x on the left side and 1 or positive 1 on the left side. So this is negative 3x, so it becomes positive 3x. So 3x plus 3x minus 1, and this is positive 1, so it becomes negative 1, so minus 1. So we have 3x plus 3x, 6x. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2, and this is equal to 0. So this is also correct. Okay, what about letter D? We have here 2x times this expression x minus 6 inside the parentheses is equal to 2x plus 3. First, we have to remove the parentheses using distributive property. So 2x times x, 2x times negative 6. So we have here 2x squared minus 2x times negative 6 is negative 12x. Okay, now, transpose 2x on the left side of the equation and positive 3 on the left side of the equation. Okay, let's get first 2x squared minus 12x. This is positive 2x, so when we transpose, it becomes negative. So minus 2x. Okay, and then we have here Positive 3, so when we transpose, it becomes negative 3. So minus 3. This is equal to 0. So 2x squared minus 12x minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So 2x squared, negative 12x minus 2x, this is negative 14x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, we can see here a variable that is raised to the power of 2. This is not a linear equation. So letter D is not a linear equation. Okay, what about letter E? X times x minus 3 inside the parenthesis is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 2. You might think that this is not a linear equation, but because there's a variable here that has an exponent 2. But let us make this equation first in the form ax plus b equals 0. So we have to remove the parenthesis first using distributive property. So this is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x, so minus 3x is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 2. Let's transpose positive x squared on the left side, negative 5x on the left side, and positive 2 on the left side. So we have here x squared, positive x squared, so it becomes negative x squared. So minus x squared, negative 3x, this is negative 5, so when we transpose, positive 5x. And then, this is positive 2, so it becomes negative 2. So this is equal to 0. X squared minus x squared is 0, or this will be cancelled. So we just have negative 3x plus x minus 2 equals 0. Combine like terms, this is equal to 2x. So 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. This is also a linear equation. So which of the following is not a linear equation? So the answer is letter D.